Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here from Flipping Cars, and here is another dilemma for you. So, how many keepers is too many? Thinking about a car I sold probably a few years ago now. A chap came along and it was just a cheap Corsa. It was a Part X that we'd taken in, so it was nothing fantastic, but we'd stuck a full 12 months MOT on it, and it was a nice enough looking car for what it was going to cost. And I'm showing him around the car and he says, Chris, how many keepers has this car got? And I didn't know actually, I hadn't checked the V5. So I asked one of the guys who was working for me at the time to go and find out for me, and he never came back. And I thought that's quite odd. But anyway, I kept showing the guy around the car. We went out on the test drive and we came back and he said, look, Chris, I want it. It was only a cheap thing. It was less than £1,000 or 1,500 quid. It wasn't a very expensive car. And we're sitting down doing the paperwork, and he looks at the V5 and he goes, bloody hell, Chris. He goes, there's 7 keepers on this. And I thought, that's the reason the guy had never come back to tell us, because we were close to doing a deal. And he obviously thought that if he came back and told this chap that he's got 7 keepers, he's going to walk out the door. And he stood there and he was scratching his head and he goes, oh man, because I like the car, 7 keepers though, Chris. Oh, I don't know. And I said to him, look, mate, he goes, if I've got to, I'll stick a bit of warranty on it for you as well. There's not a problem there. But I said, look, he's got 12 months MOT. We'll stick a bit of warranty on it. It's not the end of the world. But he's going, but 7 keepers, man. And he stood there and I said, look, you've got every right, mate. If you want to walk away, walk away. But he did the deal. Thank God. I thought to myself, how am I going to sell this car? How the hell will anyone come along and buy a car from me that's got 7 keepers? So how many is too many keepers? If you're a trader, full-time or part-time, what is the maximum number of keepers you will buy a car with? Bit of a tough one, isn't it? If you're a buyer, where would you draw the line? If you went and viewed a car and it had X amount of keepers, what is the number of keepers that you would walk away from that deal on? Remember, the car might be mint. It might be mechanically sound with a long MOT and full service history, but how many keepers would it take for you to get up and walk out that door? Leave me an answer in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel whilst you're here, please. And remember, check out all the other dilemmas on my YouTube playlist. Dilemmas, what would you do?